Getting this live stream up and running. That's what I'm talking about. Let me get this thing shared out. I want to hang out with you guys today. What y'all think about that? I want to know what y'all think about Philip Fulmer, what he had to say. While we're contemplating how we feel about that, I'm gonna share this all over the internet. I'm gonna share this over in China. I'm gonna share this over in Taiwan, Saudi Arabia, Japan. Where else am I gonna share this thing? Let's see. I might even share it in Russia. They might come out and try to impeach Catfish off the Volunteer Roadshow if I share it in Russia. Collusion. I'm colluding with the Russians. Oh man. We see a few of you filing in. There's my boy Pigskin Pete over here on YouTube. How you doing, Pigskin? Doing all right? If I'd have known you'd have been available, I had you come on my stream. But I already got it started. But we need to start doing a stream together where I can smoke cigars and you can drink old smoky moonshine. What do you think about that? What's up, Big Vol Daddy? How you doing? I'm getting this thing streamed out. I'm streaming this thing in China. I bet you can't stream in China. I'm streaming it in Japan, South America. I'm streaming it, man. I'm streaming it all over the world. That's the power of the internet. Let's see what's going on while I'm shit. We'll see. Looks like I'm already having buffering troubles. I don't know if I'll be able to get this thing done or not. Anyway, what y'all think about Phil Fulmer, the only athletic director that said we shouldn't start June 1st? Is that a much ado about nothing? I hadn't heard exactly what all he said, but something about the 15th. I don't know, and I don't care. But what I do care about is there better be some football on Catfish's television come September 5th. If they've got to give everybody a bottle of hand sanitizer when they go in the stadium, if we got to cut the attendance down in half so we can have our 6 foot, I don't care. But there better be some football. That's all I care about. Maybe, do y'all think this was all blown out of proportion? Because I seen Uncle Lou flapping his gums about Fulmer. Oh, I see old crying Ryan's already in my stream. I thought I told you I wasn't putting up with your crap, Ryan. Isn't that what I told you in my chat earlier today? I wasn't putting up with you. Let's see what's going on Facebook. There's a few of yous over here in Facebook. Let's see. How do I find read the comments? Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. David Newcomb's over here. Michael Tarleton. Michael Tarleton, you're in Facebook and YouTube. Way to come over to YouTube and stick up for my Vols, because there'll probably be some Georgia fans hanging out over here. I already see a Clemson fan. There'll probably be an Alabama fan or two. We need some Tennessee fans over on the Volunteer Roadshow on YouTube. He says, my fishing buddy, Michael Tarleton says, drinking margaritas with wife. Scott Callhorn, I'll take his word for whatever he says, referring to Philip Fulmer. David Newcomb wants to know where I'm at. Where am I? I'm at the Petro truck stop in Oak Grove, Missouri. He says I'm good here on YouTube. It's a little latent, but not bad. I say I'm dealing with cellular internet, and it's liable to shut down on me. I got a hotspot, and it lasts about 20 minutes, and then it wants to shut down. Got John joins. I can't find the join button. Um, Billy Cole says Will Albright needs 15 more days hiking the ball 10 yards between his legs. That's a dig at BVD because he knows Albright is BVD's boy. Crimson Braves in over here already flapping about Alabama. He put a couple elephants and a few footballs in on over here. NASCAR Vol says Albright for Heisman. And the Crunk Man. The Crunk Man is in the house. Yep, I'm a professional steering wheel holder. I'm actually a professional steering wheel holder teacher. That's what I am. I'm a trainer. I thought I'd impose this nearly 4 million miles of trucking onto somebody. So, got my student up in the front. He's up there fiddling with his phone. Uh, what are you on Facebook? Oh, he's watching TikTok. Anybody ever get into that TikTok stuff? I had never got in there. Jason Upton's in over here on Facebook. How you doing? I see Ethan Shelton in over here. Michael McLeod's watching. They ain't commented, but they're here. Gate City over here on YouTube says GBO. That's right, Gate City. I can always count on you. And when we go into another football game, Flint, we need to go, and you need to go find out. Go hunt down McClung's parents. Put them in a headlock, kidnap them. I know some mafia people because I'm in trucking. We can kidnap them and we'll bribe them. So dummy. That's right, Michael Tarleton. Oh, let's see. Go Big Orange from Matt W. Hadn't seen Matt W in here in a while. Harold Denton's in here. The only TikTok Pigskid says only TikTok over here is on my watch. What's the deal with that? Now every now and then I've seen a few of them shared on Facebook. Every now and then, the ones that catch my eyes when they got a good-looking girl in a TikTok. I like watching them. Crimson Braves says chomp on. Yep, the Braves ain't gonna play this year. They said they're gonna start here pretty soon, but are they gonna have any fans in the stands? And what do y'all think about this whole thing that Philip Fulmer said? I want to know the truth. Because Uncle Lou was ragging on him pretty hard. Let's see. Flint, any idea why he's leaving George? I think that means Georgetown. Let's see. I got some hotties on TikTok. Do you really, NASCAR Vol? I love you too, Michael Tarleton. It's just me. Billy's probably cooking on the grill. Sean Johnson, I couldn't stop in time to do my normal show with VFL Sean Johnson, but I told him we'll get him next week. So I said when I stop, I'm gonna come hang out with my boys, my fans, my Vol fans, even a Florida fan. Ryan Schrick crying. We call him Crying Ryan on YouTube because that's where I got my start. He's been Facebook messaging me all kinds of crap today, and I'm about had it up to here. He's from Farragut. He goes to Farragut High School, and he's a Gator fan, and his family's Tennessee fans. Now get this, family's Tennessee fans. And I asked him, "Come on, bro, why are you a Gator fan?" He said, "I like the colors." Have you ever heard of something so girly as picking out a team because of their colors? That's right. Oh, you don't go to Farragut anymore? What happened? Where are you going now? Don't tell me you're going to Bearden, because all my family went to Farragut. We don't like Bearden. That's our big rival, Bearden. Anyway, oh, that's right. You graduated. Well, you're still an alumni. You're an alumnus of the Farragut Admirals. Do we really have the QB Catfish? I don't know which QB you're talking about, but we've got a stable full of QBs. So many that I'm worried we get too many. Every time I turn around, we got a big time quarterback committing. Ethan Shelton says, "How you doing, Catfish?" Over here on Facebook's. Uh, David Newcomb. Uh, I think he's talking about TikTok. He says it's just another way for the Chinese to get all y'all's personal info. Even the ambassador of China admitted it. Michael Pickett, if Phil says no football, there has to be a reason. The Big Orange is getting to top notch committed and hope to sign. Let me see. He's got a long one. Uh, but his comment might be the reason they are coming. All parents want their kids safe. I had orange carpet, all orange growing up, and my dad drove an orange Dodge truck. That's the way. That's what I'm talking about right there. And with the white UT on the passenger side. Why just the passenger side? Why can't you have it on the hood and on the driver's side? I couldn't play Little League football because we were in Knoxville on Saturday. I believe we will play when Phil gets a true fact on how to keep the kids safe. That's a good comment. Good comment. Let's see if I missed anything else. Jason Upton says TikTok is crazy. I've seen some pretty funny TikToks. I want to know if the Chinese are stealing our information. Do they steal your information if you watch it? Or is it just if you post something on TikTok? That's what I need to know. Cause I'm in the witness protection program. I'm in incognito, and you know, I've seen a few things I shouldn't. I've got some dirt on a few very important people, so I don't need my information out there. Let's see. We got vodka drink. Hey, that's the thing. I think that's blown way out of proportion. He didn't say, from what I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. He didn't say no football this year. He just said no starting practice on June 1st. That's all. That's all that I know that he officially said. Like maybe June 15th, but maybe y'all can correct me because I'm always driving and I don't have time to watch the news like you do. Blue Devil over here, and that's where McClung is from. And I've got Flint on a mission to go make sure he can strong arm his way to getting McClung to come to UT. Let's see. Bobby C., you have your personal Twitter. If you can, you and Billy follow me on Twitter. Well, put me your handle down there. I don't have a personal Twitter. I just use at Vols Roadshow. I need to start me one because Billy uses at Vols Roadshow and he has his own one. I forget what it is. It's like B-Rat 40 or something. I don't remember it. You'll see it come up on the ticker down here in a minute what Billy's is. It's just two more weeks. Fans need to chill. Uh, let's see. Somebody's saying something over here on YouTube. It's flying over here on YouTube. Let me catch up over here on YouTube. I don't know what he's talking about. BVD's busting him up on Ryan won't ever visit my streams because he knows I won't kiss his gator butt like Catfish. Hey, I don't kiss his butt. You should see these messages we go back and forth. I bust him up. I mean, I bust him up. I let him have it. I ain't gonna put up with some punk, you know what, gator fan giving me crap. Let's see. But that is congrats, Ryan. You know, regardless that you're too stupid to probably couldn't get don't have the grades to get in Tennessee, but congrats on your graduation and congrats on getting accepted to Florida. All joking aside, I'm proud of you. Let's see. General Nealon loved using that quick kick on third down as well. You know, I was talking to my buddy Neil Claybo the other day on the phone. I talk to him about every other week. He punted for Tennessee back in the mid early 70s, and he told me he had a 70-yard punt one time, 72-yard, and that I think it was on a downpour against Auburn, and that would have been in the early 70s, and it was on first down, a punt on first down. He said it was raining so hard nobody could run the ball, nobody could throw the ball, and you was just better off being on defense. So, have you ever heard of a quick kick on first down? Well, there you go. All right, I got you, Ethan. I'll catch up with you. Let's see what Scott says. I believe we will be playing football. The problem is how many other programs will be starting practice normally as they always have. I don't know. But just as long as everybody starts at the same time, and I don't know. I heard something what last week that the California schools We're talking about they're not even going to play football. And Alabama has USC scheduled. Does anybody know if they got that worked out? Matt W says, "How about that Harrison Bailey?" Yep, we got Harrison Bailey. NASCAR Vol says, "Phil is wrong on this one." Uh, I'm not going to read that one, BVD, but he basically says, "Chill out. It's just 15 days." So I gather by what you're saying is he says start on June 15th instead of June 1st. Is that correct? Trevor Maftone, I forgot. You told me how to pronounce that one on our last stream, but he said, "What's up, Catfish? Glad you're in here." Uh, NASCAR Vol, why ain't you a moderator? I'm gonna make you a moderator as long as you don't time out anybody for no good reason. And it has to be a really, really good reason to delete a comment or time somebody out. If they're threatening anybody or they're talking trash about anybody's kids or anything, you can time them out that way. But just talking trash about football, that's okay, cause we're groanings over here. We can handle a little trash talking. Cause I don't want any excuses. Catfish and trash talking bull crap. That is bull. You do not, Ryan. I was smacking you, man. I was memeing you to death today. I had some good ones. I wished I had it on my computer. I'd show them to you. They were funny. Yes, BVD. Ryan got accepted at Florida. I need to catch up with the chat here. Let's see. Yeah, you're right, Billy Cole. Timing people out is childish. Says Catfish, I think this is Crimson Brave 2020. I think he's answered my question. There is a possibility that we'll end up playing TCU instead of USC if the Pac-12 isn't ready. Didn't TCU? Didn't they land that? What was his name? Zach Evans. I think I heard that the other day. Hey, don't be revealing my private messages with you crying, Ryan. You want to make me look like a chump, and I ain't no chump. Ellie McFarland said, "Yep, they landed him." I knew I read something about that the other day. What's Billy Ratliff doing? He's probably at the house grilling. I talked to him earlier today, and he's probably at the house grilling out. Big Worm is. Anyway, I'm gonna start having some different people on here. I had Sean Johnson supposed to be on with me, but we were gonna do it earlier in the day, and I couldn't get to a place where I could get some internet. So here I am. I decided to come out and hang out with you guys. Crunkman said, "Yep, TCU." What are you talking about, Big Vol Daddy? Round. We weren't playing. Let's see. We weren't playing rounds. I won the points battle, and that's what matters in the sport. NASCAR Vaughn wants to know, Catfish, is BVD having a show on Volunteer Road Show? I don't know. That's a question for Big Vol Daddy. I've already offered him a spot. I was going to find him a spot. But oh no, I can't do it that night 'cause I got to get up in the morning. I can't do it that night 'cause I got to get up the next morning, and I'm wore out after this and that. So yeah, talk to Big Ball Daddy on that one. I don't know. When am I coming back to Niceville? I was that close to Niceville. When was it, Steven? A week and a half ago. I didn't quite make it that far, but I was kind of close. I went up 231 off of 10 coming from Lake City area and went up to Montgomery. But I was running late. But I thought about you, Billy Cole. He's the first person to get my autograph at a truck stop, and I thought about you. How about you start having Catfish on here more? After all, you were the first person I had on my volunteer roadshow channel. I don't know what that means. That don't make sense. Oh, William Allen, Bobby C, let's do a show. Guaranteed it'll be good. Well, let's do it. If anybody's interested, I'm taking tryouts. Go to volunteerroadshow.com, and I'm not joking. Go to volunteerroadshow.com. There's a section on there in the menu that says, like, submit a video. It'll be private, nobody can see it. You make a video, there'll be instructions, step by step instructions how to do it, and then I'll get it and I'll watch it, and I may, if you're good enough to be on the Volunteer Roadshow, I will get back to you. Me or Billy will get back to you because we're always looking for good talent. Oh, let's see. NASCAR Vol says all the Volunteer Road shows are great shows. Billy's show, Catfish show, more important issues, and Picked Off are all great. What do y'all think about Picked Off? They've gotten a lot better. Josh and Carter have been kicking butt. Kicking butt. Let's see what's going on over here on Facebook. I'm trying to watch. I can't keep up with it. I don't see. Scott wants to know Alabama can swap USC for Podunk University. That's right, because we don't give a dang about the whole state of Alabama, do we? Uh, let's see. BVD says Catfish had his shot to get BVD on the show, but he chose so nobody named Billy Ratliff instead. Now that he's seeing my true value to his channel, he's scrambling trying to get me. That's right, BVD. You tell him. That's your story and you're sticking to it. Yep, Matt Dummett. Picked Off is good and they're getting better. And BVD's going to be on Picked Off on Tuesday. Is it Tuesday, BVD? Are you really going to be on there? I got to hit the cough button so y'all don't hear me cough. Anyway, Michael Pickett says um, he had a UT player doing the Heisman pose in the middle of the UT sign, so you could see it better there than the hood. I love your show and you keep making it real. Appreciate that, Michael. Appreciate that. That means a lot. You have no idea. Hey, I just hit 8,000 followers on Facebook. That's a milestone because I've just started couple years ago, and I've got 4,600 on YouTube, and that's where I started. Y'all want to hear the story how I started? I don't know. I was hanging out with BVD, and he said, "Man, you need to do a YouTube channel." All the YouTubers are dying out. I'm about the only one left, and I need some backup. So I said, "All right, I'll try it for a week or two." I said, "Man, if I just get 10 people to watch one of my rinky-dink videos, I'd be surprised." And man, about the second or third week, I got some great views on my Florida and Georgia videos, and it just grew from there. Man, I wouldn't have given you 2 cents for a Florida fan, Georgia fan, and I wouldn't have given you a penny for an Alabama fan before I started my YouTube channel. And now I'll give you about a nickel or a dime for each one of those because they mean a lot to me. They've helped build my channel on YouTube, and it's just grown. Got Philip Fulmer on the show. I never dreamed when I started this thing 2 or 3 years ago that I'd have Philip Fulmer on my show, Bob Kessling, Jeff Hall, Sean Johnson, obviously Billy Ratliff, Antron Peebles. We've had a bunch of players and great fans involved with the show, and it just means a lot. Man, I was taking Zoloft by the it was out of a Pez dispenser when I started this show. This is no lie. This is serious. Catfish likes to joke around, but within a month, I hadn't had a Zoloft since. And it's really meant a lot to me to see Georgia fans and Florida fans say they love your show. See Alabama fans said, "Man, I hated Alabama. I mean, I hated Tennessee because of Philip Fulmer's a snitch until you started doing your show, and now I kind of root for him when we're not playing. Just to see things like that and get emails from a Marine over in Japan or Korea, wherever he's at, said, "Man, I watch your show and you help me with my homesickness." Hey, man, y'all have no idea what that means to me. And I know Big Vol Daddy will tell you the same thing. He's got a lot of Alabama fans that watch him, a lot more than me because he's been doing it for 10, 11 years. But I'd say my biggest viewership on YouTube is Georgia fans. But Tennessee fans are coming along. It's just the opposite over here on Facebook. I got nothing but Tennessee fans on Facebook. As I didn't start my Facebook until what, a year ago, a little over a year ago. Well, right about the time. You're dang right, Ryan Schrick. Sooner or later, Peyton Manning is going to turn down ESPN or CBS for a spot on the Volunteer Roadshow. You dang right. We're going to have Peyton Manning on the show. It's going to be a surprise, but you wait. You wait. I got some goals, and nothing will surprise me anymore. Nothing. Nothing will surprise me anymore. I mean, after what's already happened, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. Got a super chat over here. LSU Scooter, great LSU fan, says, "Hi, Catfish. I hope the best for Tennessee, but LSU going to be better this year than most folks think." We'll see. We'll see. You lost your quarterback whisperer. Do you think? Are you a little bit worried about replacing some of those coaching moves and the great Jambalaya Joe, as my friend Mr. Dugas says? We need to have Mr. Dugas back on the show. Uh, yeah, Big Val Daddy says, "I think the Georgia fans are just the most vocal on your channel, to be honest." Maybe so. Appreciate that, NASCAR of all prayers for my son Sam. He is doing good. He's doing good, really good. Where Billy wants to know where Sean was. Let me tell you, Billy. Billy's over here on Facebook. Here's what happened. He texted me, said, "What time we gonna do the show, bro?" And I said, "I don't know. I got to get loaded. I don't know when it'll be. It'll be later on." And I said, "I'll let you know." And I texted him about 3:30 or so and said, "It's still gonna be a couple more hours." He said, "Well, how about let's just do it next week?" So I said, "Okay." So I just took off towards the truck stop and said, "I'll stop tonight and I'll hang out with everybody." But how you doing, Billy? Glad you're over here. I was just talking about you, Billy. Telling everybody how I got my start on YouTube. Never dreamed. But Billy Ratliff is, I can't give enough credit to Billy. Without him, I'd have never gotten Philip Fulmer to call me on the phone, ever. Ever, 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 ever in a million years. I wouldn't have gotten Bob Kessling to call me to be on the show. None of that would have happened without Billy. None of it. And I'm just thankful. Good friend of mine. We've become real close. He's my best friend. I mean, BVD was my best friend, but when I got Billy, I had to bump BVD out of the way. But BVD's my second or third best friend, depending on what day of the week and how much he's a pain in the butt to me, or not answering his dang telephone. You can't hardly get him to answer the phone. Uh, as a Tennessee fan, I appreciate all you and the other volunteer roadshow hosts do. I appreciate that, Scott. We're trying to make this show better. Trying to make it better. We got some ideas we've been bouncing around, and we may try something for a minute or two and realize, oh, this just stinks. Let's try something else. But we're going to keep trying until we get better. And everybody needs to go to volunteerroadshow.com and sign up for a profile. It's free. All you need to do is put an email address in and a password, and you can do your profile picture. And I'll be drawing more winners that are profiles for a $25 gift certificate to Hound Dogs. In fact, I'm going to do one at the end of the show. So you just keep when you get profile a member of Volunteer Roadshow, you can send friend requests on there. I'd like for it to get bigger. It's just now starting out, but I'd like for it to have more people on there. I really would. Oh, BVD says fifth best friend at best. Well, some days you are about my fifth best. Some days you're my second best friend. BVDC. Let's see here. He's ranking my best friend. Billy Ratliff, number one. Billy's wife, number two. Billy's dog, number four. Billy's kids, number five. Billy's spare bedroom, number five. Billy's garage, number six. Dang it, I just kept falling down the list. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're right, Ryan. You're right. Yep, Crimson. Mr. Dugas, great. He is really good. He's been on my show two times. Another. We just talking about Georgia fans, and here they are. And I think I'm buffering. Here, hand me that hot box. Hand me that hot box. Hand me that hot box right there. I think it's getting overheated. I don't know. I think I'm buffering. Well, anyway, Mr. Dugas, he's great. Really good. Uh, yep, D. Colback, 22 years is the longest drought in our history without an SEC championship. But that's changing. That's changing with the recruits we got. I'm telling y'all, one of these days, my 15 and 0, I promise you that I always end my show with, is going to come true. I believe it. I believe it all the way down, as deep in my heart as I can, as I'm standing here, sitting here. I believe it. I don't know. It ain't gonna be this year. Might not be next year, but one of these days, my Vols are gonna be another undefeated season. Too bad we don't have John Ward to say the national champion is clad in big orange. Man, I miss that John Ward so bad. Miss him, miss him. Thank you, John. What is that? Anti Canaan. He smashed the like button. Y'all better all be smashing that like button on YouTube and Facebook. Smash that like button. I'm gonna smash it myself. Is that cheap of me to smash the like button on Facebook? I can't do the one on YouTube because I got the pop out check. And yep, give him six. Touchdown, Tennessee. I tell you what, we had the slowest receivers and running backs in college football history because he'd go five, four, three, two, one. Give him six. I'm like, it takes him that long to run 5 yards? Good grief. But anyway, that's what John Ward was. He painted a picture. You know, he might have been 10 seconds behind what happened, but the folks on the radio, they knew exactly what was happening. You just can't beat John Ward, the greatest college football sports announcers ever. Period. Uh yeah, we do, Crimson. We'll get him. I may call him tonight, see if we can't get him on this week. How you doing, SC Tiger Fan 03? How you doing? How you doing? Glad you're in here. Yep, Ward was amazing. Let's see. I'm gonna catch up on the chat. We're getting way behind on YouTube. I don't see much going on Facebook. Uh, yep, that's right, NASCAR Vol. If Texas has their own channel on TV, then VRS will make it on TV one day. You're right. We will. Yeah, David Newcomb says we was already lined up. He's over here on Facebook. He says we was already lined up to kick our extra point when John Ward finished the countdown. Uh, Catfish, can I ask you who is your most hated team besides Bama? Mm. This show has changed me a bit. I don't. I use the word hated is really hyperbole. Cause I don't hate anybody like that anymore because I got to know so many great Alabama fans, Georgia fans, Florida fans. But the team I want to beat the most. All right, I'm gonna give you two answers. One is because of their fans, and one team is because of their coaches and their team and what they done for to us. I want to beat Georgia because of their fans running their mouth, flapping their gums, yap, 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 yap every year. 41 to nothing, 41 to nothing, all that. So for the fans, I want to beat Georgia. But for what they done to us, I got to say Florida Gators. Florida Gators. All I got to say is crying Ryan. You better be glad you didn't play us very much in the 70s when y'all sucked because it'd be a lopsided series. I tell you that right now. How did y'all dodge us? Y'all were dodging us. Dodging the Vols in the 70s. Should be criminal. Criminal. Oh, Vols Talk's in here. How you doing, Vols Talk? Matt Dummett. What are they talking about? Is Uncle Lou in here? I seen he made a video earlier. I don't see him in here, but they keep saying, yeah, Uncle Lou. NASCAR Vault says UGA fans are the loudest mouth fan base in college football. Shut up, Ryan. You can't come on to my channel and flap your gums like that. He says can't spell citrus without UT. Uh, I got a question. I got a trivia question for you, crying Ryan. What was the score of the last game under Steve Spurrier in the swamp, and who did they lose to? I'll give you 10 seconds to figure it out. 2001, last game of the season, Spurrier's last game at the swamp. Travis Stevens busted jaw in the mouth. Man, I'd love to have Bill Dance and Johnny Majors on the truck. I've actually reached out to Bill Dance, and I just got a message from whoever's. It's been about a year ago before I got Billy, so maybe I ought to try him now that I got Billy. Uh, but yeah, I've reached out to them, and they said they'd checked their calendar, and they never got back with me because I was a nobody. I'm still a nobody. But anyway, I've got some fillers on some pretty big names. We're gonna try to get on here. Somebody that's on TV, former Vol. That's right, David Newcomb. 34-32, Tennessee upset the Gators. I know you hate me, Ryan. Feelings mutual. Yep, you're right, Crime. Peyton Manning did win in the swamp. It was in the Gator Bowl. Why did they have the Gator Bowl in Gainesville? Were they remodeling the stadium in Jacksonville? But I knew that he had. Was it Virginia Tech? I can't remember. I think you might be right. NASCAR Vol says I could care less about UK football. Me too. Anybody that says Kentucky is a rival in football is a moron. Is an ignoramus. They're not a rival in football. I don't even know if Crying Ryan was born. No, he wasn't. Crying Ryan was born 2000 and something. That's all right. Billy Ratliff sacked Danny Werfel. There you go, mic drop. Vols Talk says I honestly hate Auburn and Florida the most. Why Auburn? Just curious, Vols Talk. General, you can debate that till the end of time, and you'll never win that argument. Kentucky is not a rival in football. Maybe by the strict definition in the dictionary, but not by the football dictionary, which is different than Webster's. If you got to beat us more than once or twice in the last 75 years to be a rival. It's one-sided. Might have used to be a rival. Now basketball is a different story. Definitely a rival. But I can tell you one thing: any Kentucky fans in here, we're better at basketball than Kentucky is at football. Period. Mike dropped that, Kentucky fans. Ain't no debating that. I agree, NASCAR Vol. I don't know. And the general says Kentucky is our biggest rival. Now I know he's just talking crap. What has Slim Mosley said? Was it 94, 95? Georgia, Florida played in Gainesville and Athens those 2 years because the stadium in Jacksonville was getting redone or something. It might have been, Slim. Appreciate the question. It might have been why they had the Gator Bowl in Gainesville because they was redoing it. Because wasn't that about the time they got the Jaguar franchise, NFL? It was in the early 90s, like 94 or something like that. They got announced, but I don't know when their first year was. Was it 95? Uh, Vols Talk says he don't like them because Auburn has two mascots. Choose one. Well, we kind of have two mascots. We got Davy Crockett running up and down the sidelines and Smokey. So, but you're talking about the War Eagle and Tiger thing. I get it. Oh, let's see. I'm trying to watch Facebook and YouTube, but right now YouTube's flying. Um, Ron Strick says I hate Florida State, Ohio State, and Georgia. SEC Tiger fan 803. He says I am not an SEC hater, but I can't stand the Gamecocks or Georgia. I respect the rest of the teams in the SEC. I can see that. I can see that. You're a Clemson fan, so you're supposed to hate Gamecocks. And y'all heard the story about Fulmer asking the team before during practice. I think Billy was telling the story. He said he got it before the team, and he said it's a team meeting. Says anybody know what a gamecock is? And nobody raised their hand. I guess Billy said they kind of thought it might have been a trick question, so they was afraid to raise their hand. They goes, anybody know what a gamecock is? Still nobody in the whole team would raise their hand. He said it's a effing chicken. That's what a gamecock is. That's funny. It's a lot funnier to hear Billy and Jarvis Rito tell that. That's right, Nascarval. Let's see. I have respect for Clemson even before they got as good as they are. Always seemed like a classy school. Yeah, Clemson seems like a classy school. What do y'all think about that Dabo Sweeney getting on TikTok? Somebody put on Facebook. He said, "Well, that's gonna scare off all the recruits now." He did kind of look corny. I don't know. I don't. All this social media, everybody's trying every way they can. He says, Jessen Amber says, you think JT Daniels will come to UT? I don't know. I don't know. I've heard people say yes. I've heard people say no. And I like for him to, though. Like for him to. Clay McAmus, glad to have you on the show. Supposed to have my partner, Sean Johnson, VFL number 35, on with me tonight, but I couldn't stop in time. And so I'm holding down the fort myself. It says Peerless Price thinks we will be competing for SC championships in 2 to 3 years. Thoughts? I think Peerless Price is full of crap. Full of crap. In 2 to 3 years, how about this year? We gonna be competing this year, not 2 to 3 years from now. This year. You watch, Georgia fans. I know Slim Mosley. I'm stepping on your toes, crying Ryan. Don't get all upset. I'm just spitting facts. We're gonna be competing this year if we have a football season. Ah, Bryce Young is the future. He is a ball player. I got to admit that. What does General say? You could flip a coin. It's been UT and USC. Is the NCAA passed the one-time transfer rule? He'll be a Vol. If not, he'll stay in Cali. There's your answer, Jesse and Amber. There's your answer. It's the time for someone other than Bama and Georgia and LSU to win the championship. That's right, and it's our time. I'm telling you, it's our time to win it. I'm telling y'all, I just got a feeling. I really do. I got a feeling. I think we got not one, not two, not three, not four. Yeah, it is. It is four. Five-star offensive linemen on the Big Orange this year. That's gonna. We got an O line this year, and Eric Gray's gonna be pounding it. And Chandler and Jordan, I think they're gonna. They've kind of fell. Well, they didn't fall off because they never were last year. But I think that Eric Gray bouncing on the scene. I want to know what y'all think. With Eric Gray busting out at the end of the season, that's going to light a fire under Chandler and Jordan this year. What do you think? Clay McCamus says Harrison Bailey versus Bryce Young go head to head from 21 to 23. You might be right. That's going to be some good football. I'm going to tell you something, Alabama. Y'all better be packing a lunch because the Big Orange is back in town. Slim Mosley says, I think Tennessee can pass Florida in the next few years, but Georgia isn't going anywhere. Well, we'll see about that. We're going to see about that, Slim Mosley. We're going to see about it. You might beat us, but you're going to know we've been there. I promise you. Crimson Brave says, Tua is by far my favorite QB to watch. He was good. What do you think he's going to be able to do at Miami? Think he's going to ball out in Miami? I don't know how much more battery I've got left. Yep, the boys are back in town. J. Slim Mosley says, I hate JG for Tennessee. He's not the guy that's going to get you where you want to be. We'll see. They said the same thing about Joe Burrow 2 years ago. About half the fan base loved him, about half of them hated him. We'll see. Jordan Young, glad you're in here. Keith Hansen, glad you're in here. Caden Salter going to be a beast. Go Vols. Boy, you dang right. I tell you what, we got some recruits coming. We got some recruits. What does Henry Riddle say over here on Facebook? Vols on the come up will be in playoffs at least 3 out of 5 or 6 seasons. Believe it. You're right. You're right. That's spitting facts right there. Spitting facts. Oh, got Virginia Hokie for life in here. How you doing? Uh, yeah, we ignore ignorant people, Harold. They're just barking. All right, SEC Tiger fans got a question for me. He says, "Hey Catfish, who's your top four for the playoffs this year?" I got Clemson. I got Ohio State. Uh, I don't know if Texas will make it. They've disappointed me. Somebody from the Big 12. I don't know if it'll be Oklahoma. I doubt it's going to be Oklahoma because we're going to hang an L on them. I got my Vols in the playoffs. Might even have an Alabama in the playoffs. Might be an East and West team. I don't know. No, for real. Clemson, Ohio State. Man. It pains me to say this. It's either going to be Georgia or Alabama. I need to see the season first. I need to see the season first. I, that's too early for me to even say. I don't know. Does Notre Dame have a team? They seem to until they get in a conference, they shouldn't even be in the playoffs. Until Notre Dame gets in a conference, they should not be allowed in the college football playoffs. Period. Does anybody else agree with that? If Notre Dame does not get in the conference and have to play that championship game, they shouldn't even be in the playoffs. Period. Either that or schedule 13 regular season games, and that 13th game has to be a Power 5 team. Something. But that ain't fair that they get the back door in without playing a championship game. You're right, NASCAR Vol. Notre Dame is a joke. Yeah, Slim Mosley, he's a Georgia fan, but Slim Mosley, he's a good dude. He's family around here. He's a long-time moderator. He's been watching me from the beginning. Put them in the Big Ten or the ACC. I think they fit better in ACC because I think they play about half the ACC teams anyway, don't they? I know they play Michigan. Uh, let's see. Crimson Brave says Notre Dame isn't getting in. Clemson will run them out. Well, they shouldn't be in because they don't have a championship. Matt W says Vols Rock. You're right. What's going on, Killamine? See, we got another Georgia fan in here. I'm glad you wasn't in here a minute ago, Killamine, because you had unsubscribed from me. I said we was going to win the East this year. That's right. You heard it. I'm telling you, y'all might beat us this year. Good possibility. Probably about a 70% chance y'all beat us this year. But, but, y'all gonna know we've been in town. Y'all gonna know we've been there. You're gonna need to pack a lunch. That's all I got to say, Killer Mom. And I love you to death. You've been following me from the beginning. I had to apologize to Slim Mosley a minute ago, but really there ain't nothing to apologize about. My Vols, we're back in town. All right, General. Now that's the stupidest thing I ever heard or seen. We will win the East, either us or Kentucky. Kentucky's not even sniffing the East. I don't want to hear about all their hype because if you read all the articles that are hyping up Kentucky, read where the journalists, so-called journalists, went to school. David Newcomb says, agreed, Notre Dame is hot garbage. Yeah, that's putting it mildly. Putting it mildly. Uh, Hey, Matt W., I told Crying Ryan that in the Facebook Messenger today. We're beating Florida this year. I don't know where we're going to have our watch party at, but we're going to have it somewhere in town. We're working on a sponsorship. But he better not go and hide. He better be wherever we're doing our watch parties this year. And he better show up and take the L like a man. Now that he's graduated, I don't feel so bad about trash talking him. He better come take his L like a man. Because if you ain't in high school and you graduated, you're a man and you should take your L. Just like everybody else. Hey, I've been taking my share of L's the last decade. It's your turn. Vols Talk says, I like Ian Book, but besides that, Notre Dame sucks. Crimson Brave says, we got Florida at the Swamp in 2021. He wants to go there so bad. Yeah, I think you're right, NASCAR Vol. I think General is a closet UK fan. Killing Mom's wishing me luck against Florida. Hope we beat Florida, but and ain't no way you beating the dogs. You might be right this year. Might be right, but it ain't gonna be no 49 or 41 to nothing but whooping. I know that. I bet the farm. Bet the farm on it. I don't know if we're going to be doing a tap house. We've got some sponsorship inquiries that we're looking at, and we might be doing it somewhere else. Besides that, Tap House has some logistical issues with their bands that they have on Saturday, and they like to come sit up real early. That really pushes us out of the way. So we're looking for somewhere um, that doesn't have a band. Oh, let me remind this: any business owner, we're going to be drawing having two drawings for free advertising package to help with the coronavirus pandemic and the economic slowdown. You'll be able. It needs to be a local business because we want everybody to buy local. We don't want them buying from Walmart and Target and Amazon. We want you need to buy your 2020 SEC championship hats from Hound Dogs or whoever your local apparel company is. We want everybody. We want to help restaurant businesses, so we're going to have a drawing. We're going to have. I've got my marketing company fixing up the website where you can have an application process on the website where you can fill out your name of your business, your address, phone number, tell us about your business because we want to make sure that our demographic helps your demographic. We want to have a high conversion rate, and we're going to pick a service business and a retail business and a restaurant business. We're going to be picking from those a $2,000 package. It's a 90-day advertising package. It's free of charge because we want to help local people. We want to help America. Tennessee first and America first. I know um, you can't help but buy Chinese stuff. That's just all there is to it. But but you can pick where you buy it. And I want y'all shopping at Hound Dogs. I want you to go to that place downtown Knoxville. I hear there's a couple of great local places in Nashville. And pretty soon you're going to be able to buy some merchandise on volunteerroadshow.com. I'm working on it. We still got a few shirts available, but we're revamping our website and we're going to be kicking butt. But in the meantime, if you want to send me an email about your business and you want to get in the drawing, email me at bobbyc at volunteerroadshow.com. Small business owners, local business owners, retail, service, whatever, just email me and I'll have my marketing company call you and fill out a questionnaire. And you might be a lucky winner for an advertising package. But back to the chat. David Newcomb says, America. Josh Pena, another great Georgia fan over here on Facebook. What's up, Catfish? How you been, bro? I've been doing pretty good. You still cornholing, throwing them bags around? I see you on Facebook. I see you on there having a tournament every time I turn around. Let's see what's going on over here on YouTube. We're flying on YouTube. Where did I go? Oh, I'm trying to catch up over here. Jordan Young says, I think Tennessee can beat Florida and Alabama as long as we take care of the games we should. Gonna be a good season. I can't wait to see Henry To'o with another year under his belt. Yeah, he's gonna be a beast. Slim Mosley, like he should, backing up his boy Killing Mime. Uh, General says I hired a closet UK fan. It sounds like I have. Sounds like I have. Let's see. Vols Talk says SEC standings: one Georgia, 12-0. Vols 10-2 in second place. Florida 10-2 in third place. Kentucky in fourth place at 8-4. South Carolina 5-7. Missouri 4-8 and Vandy 2-10. Harold Denton says James Littleman Stewart. Now that was a running back right there. Was drafted by Jacksonville Jaguars, so they had to be a franchise by the mid '90s. Yep, you're right. I'm trying to catch up with the track. America's in Tennessee. That's right. Big Orange is back. Um, that's a good one, Killer Mime. He said we're gonna have to get that 2020 East Championship gear at the UGA bookstore. Hey, I'm telling you, before I die, we win in the national championship. Flint's over here watching. He says I banked 2,000 this past year. Great deal. Great deal. So you actually can make money slinging them bags. I can't even hardly hit them boards. If I do hit it, it flies right off the back. I've watched it on ESPN, that cornhole, and we've been thinking about having a cornhole tournament in Knoxville to help support hashtag Sam Strong with prizes and get some sponsors involved. I've got some sponsors from last year that wanted to get involved, but we couldn't get everything together. We wanted to join an official cornhole association, and it was just so close to the season that we couldn't get it off the ground. But my vision is to have, uh, a University of Georgia champion, University of Alabama champion. These are all fans. LSU, Florida, South Carolina, and have a big Super Bowl and see which team wins. That's my vision. And I'll pull it off one of these days, but that's one of my ideas. Call me sometime, Josh. Maybe we can work that out. Maybe you can help me. Maybe you can help me. Yeah, I know you better see us in recruiting because the whole world sees us in recruiting. Whole world. Matt W says they might even take the Tide this year. Speaking about my Vols, we might. We might. I just want that third Saturday in October to be something again. To be competitive. Oh, let's see. Who else is over here? I don't have much more time because I got to get up early. Let's see. Flint says, or Joshua says, that would be a great idea. I know a lot of people who play. Hit me up and I could reach out to people. I'll do that, Joshua. Count on it. Flint says Alabama game with Hoss, Law Tide, and BVD this year. Catfish. That's the plan. Well, good deal. Good deal. If we don't have I'm sure we'll have a watch party somewhere this year, but I hope y'all come by after the game and see me. But anyway, I think I'm gonna draw somebody. Oh, Henry Riddle. I think he wants to have a cornhole tournament. We really are thinking about having an official sanctioned tournament, like not just. I'm talking about the whole football season, and have a Super Bowl at the end of the year, and I can get Sweetwater beer and some other sponsors to throw in some great prizes. I know that. Let's see. I'm going to draw somebody off of volunteerroadshow.com. And whoever has a profile on there, you might get drawn right now. And if you're not joined, you need to do it after the show because we're going to be drawing these profiles like a drunken sailor. Give me a minute to log in to volunteerroadshow.com. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all need to because you can watch us live on there on volunteerroadshow.com. There's a button that says VRS Live. We got great articles. Luke writes great articles. We've got a lot of great shows. We've got more shows. Anybody wants to help the Volunteer Roadshow and maybe be a guest or to help out some way, go to volunteerroadshow.com and click on submit a video. I believe that's what it's called. And send me an audition. And we might reach out to you. Let's see. I'm going to draw a winner. Jordan Young, I'm going to be smoking my cigar this year. You watch. You watch. Let's see. I got to smoke 7 of them last year. It looked like I was only going to have to smoke 2 of them. But my boys pulled it out at the end of the season and made a run. All right, who am I going to draw? Who's the lucky winner here? My internet's slow. Oh, let's see. Community. Oh, let's see. We got. Hold on a second. Oh, nope. He's involved with volunteer roadshow, so he can't be eligible. Justin Gomez. Justin Gomez, email Bobby C at volunteerroadshow.com, your contact information, and I'll get you a $25 gift certificate. The Hound Dogs. Oh, what's Slim Mosley say? It says Mr. Larry Munson said if you had a lead going into the fourth quarter and you out one something, lit one to win the game. Huh. What are you saying, General? I don't need to send an application to anybody. Cause I'm the boss man. Me and Billy. Hey, I had to give away your shirt, General, to Bill Shipley. Cause he's helping us out with some images. All right, here's a good question before I go. Catfish, what are your thoughts on the Woo and Rocky Top? I'm going to tell you my thoughts on the Woo and Rocky Top. If everybody would do the Woo like Ric Flair, I'd be down for it. If they did the Woo like Ric Flair, I'd be down for it. Otherwise, I don't like the Woo and Rocky Top. There, I said it. I know it's sacrilegious, blasphemy, whatever, but I want them to say it like Ric Flair and even clap like Ric Flair. Then I'd be down with the Woo and Rocky Top. But otherwise, I don't like it. Anyway, I think I'm gonna get out of here. I think I'm gonna get out of here. Still driving a Big Worth KW? Well, it's in the shop. Blew a motor in my big brand new Kenworth, and I'm fighting with warranty. Uh, the shop, the Kenworth dealer says I need a new crank and a new block. The warranty people says no, you don't need a new crank and a new block because that adds about $16,000 to the repair bill. And they said you can get by with the old block and the old crank. And Kenworth dealer in Chillicothe, Ohio says, well, we ain't doing the rebuild because we have to stand behind it unless you replace the block and the crank. So I'm training as a company driver till I get my truck fixed. I've been fighting with them. I'm about to get my attorney. My attorney. They don't want to. Yep, that's right, David Dukem. Two claps and a Ric Flair woo. You know what? I really don't care. If you want to do the woo, do the woo. I just know when I used to do the woo, like late in the ball game, I'd been yelling so loud all whole ball game. My throat was already sore and it couldn't handle the reverberation, the high pitch reverberation of the woo. So I always was silent during the woo. NASCAR says he likes the woo. Matt W. Al Wilson's gonna be on the show. Just gotta line up a time. He'll be on the show. You watch. And Jamal Lewis. We got some names. I'm dropping some names now. Have y'all heard? Y'all need to go check. About 2 weeks ago, I posted a clip of an interview I did with Fred White back a year ago. Me and Billy and Fred White was talking about the Al Wilson blow up between Peyton Manning and Al Wilson during the halftime at the Memphis loss and during the SEC championship game at Auburn, Peyton's senior year. It's about 2 weeks ago. I posted it on YouTube. Y'all need to go check it out. That will blow your mind. It's a story nobody's ever heard before. Uh, that in depth. I remember hearing during the SEC championship game that Al Wilson had an epic speech, but I didn't hear that he got uh, all over Peyton in halftime because that was a PR. They didn't want to put that on the PR. That they went at it in the locker room, and y'all need to go watch that video. I clipped out about 5 or 6 minutes of that interview, and I'm gonna put some more clips of that interview and the Jeff Hall interview, Philip Fulmer interview when he's on the Volunteer Roadshow. I'm gonna start making some clips of different segments, but go check that out. Al Wilson, he was the alpha dog on that team. The alpha dog. Oh, anyway, Tennessee should bring back Johnny Mater. He punted on third down. Well, how you doing, Troy Lee Nugent? Man, I hadn't seen you in forever. I hadn't seen you in a month of Sundays. Glad to have you back on here. Joshua Pinion's throwing shade at me, says y'all ain't had too many woos lately, but we're going to have a bunch of them this year. We're going to have a bunch of woos this year. Well, anyway, guys, y'all that's been watching me the last couple years, y'all know what's coming next. Thanks for tuning in. Go Vols. I'm going to tell you what, Vol Nation is going to be wooing their heads off all season long this year. I promise you that. See you later, guys. Love every one of you. Even the Georgia, Florida, and Alabama fans. Love y'all to death. See ya.